Good morning, all you beautiful people. We are in the kitchen. After those storms yesterday, we were left without power for about 8 hours. So we did not get all of our projects done. So we're hopping back in the kitchen this morning, putting my apron on, getting ready for this first project.
And there is a tack on my paper.
I see that. Go do your schoolwork.
It's just
Thank you.
backwards, so that's why I'm saying
So
tack.
today we are making pizza sauce. Homemade pizza sauce. We're going to can it up. It's going to be delicious. Getting started with these big, beautiful tomatoes. Let me lift y'all up so that y'all can see everything that's going on over here. There we go. Hopefully my tripod will stand up. It's a little wobbly this morning. My ice maker is doing weird things. We've already had to clean up a mess. So I'm just cutting the necks in the bottom of the tomatoes. And I'm going to drop them down in there. I probably need to get my big spider spatula. We're just going to drop these down in quickly. These are not like the green tomatoes were yesterday. These are good and ripe. It's not going to take but just a few minutes for those peels to start letting go. And we can move on. We're going to throw it over here in an ice water bath. We're going to have to do this in batches because I have a half bushel of tomatoes. About 22, 23, 24 pounds, somewhere in there. Somewhere in there. Alright, so that we're going to fill it up to that. For right now, we're going to let it sit there. I'm going to turn the heat back up on them. It's only going to take 30 to 60 seconds to see these peels start turning loose. Then we can move on. While I'm standing here, I'm just going to put X's in these so we can get on with this, because we got a whole nother half bushel laying down here that we got to get to today. I bought these at a local farm Saturday that we found coming out of Pikeville, Tennessee, and they have sat here in my kitchen, and my intent was to get to these yesterday. That didn't happen, and so I lost 2 apples. Lord, I lost 2 tomatoes out of this box this morning. They just couldn't hold on any longer. Alright, let me check these. They are starting. I want to push them down in there because I want to make sure that all that peel is ready to come off. So I'm going to push them down in there. We're going to make sure. Alright, just a few more minutes. Anyway, 2 of them couldn't hold on, couldn't wait, got impatient, went bad on me. That's okay. That is okay. These were $11 a box. $11 for a box of tomatoes. Y'all, I couldn't pass that up. I just couldn't. That's crazy. And they had a lot more over there, and the problem with them was they had to be canned like right then and there. And I knew we weren't going to get home Saturday night until late. Look at that. It's already starting to crack. So that's going over in the ice bath. Anyway, I knew we wasn't going to get home until late Saturday night. And I knew I wasn't going to feel like it after being out in the hot sun all day at the yard sale. There's another one cracking. So, yeah, I didn't get those boxes. They were offered a little cheaper, but there was just no way I was going to come home and do half bushel of tomatoes right then, that night. No. No. Thank you for offering, but I wish I could have. I wish I could have. For that price, I mean, I hate to pass up good deals like that, but it just wasn't happening. It just was not happening. All right. Next batch going in. We're going to put these in slowly. By the way, my salsa verde turned out really pretty. If you've seen the video, then you saw the ending of things that went on. I mean, it was like within minutes of the canner being done, the power went out. And it was out for, like I said, close to 8 hours. And there was not a thing we could do. Not a thing. So now I'm going to get these out. I'm going to put them in this big bowl. They are good to go. I got to have room for my other ones. Ooh, this is heavy. Little man is in there doing his schoolwork for right now. Here he comes. Yes, sir. May I help you? What? Yay, good job, buddy.
I read it up here and it said mixed up animals. The letters in the name of each animal are mixed up. Write each word correctly. So I read that and then I wrote all of them correct.
Good job. High five. Y'all, he's in first grade and he's reading all that. I did not tell him anything. He is amazing. And this is the beginning of the year in first grade, and he's reading all that. All right, y'all, I'm going to finish these tomatoes and get them ready to peel. I'll move you guys over to the other side, bring you back, show you what we got going on over there. You want to wave good morning?
Good morning.
We'll move on to the next step.
That thing fell.
We'll be back. We are over here on the other side. Look how easy those peels are coming off, y'all. This is much easier than the green tomatoes. Much easier. I've got my garbage can sitting right here next to me so that I don't have too big of a mess to clean up. I mean, when you're dealing with tomatoes, you're always going to have a mess regardless. It don't even matter. So now we're going to take this core out right here. And I'm just going to run my knife along through there like that. I'm just going to take my thumb, reach down in there, grab that core. That's going in the garbage. Oh, that's got a bad spot in it. So let's see if we can cut this out. If not, then we will have to throw this one away. And there's a little piece of core left in here. You want to make sure you get all the core out good because you don't want that toughness in your spaghetti sauce. Not spaghetti sauce. We're not making spaghetti sauce. Oh, in your pizza sauce. Y'all. You all. So you want to just make sure you get all that core out. We're trying to do homeschool classes. We're trying to can. We're trying to edit videos and get them uploaded because that was supposed to be a yesterday thing also, and that didn't happen. So, yeah. Now, if you want to remove the seeds from your tomatoes, please feel free. I am not. I'm going to be using my immersion blender, and I may also use my food processor. During the making of this, I am removing some seeds, but I'm not making that a priority. That's my choice, and you can do whatever you want to in your kitchen. Okay? That is my choice. I could be here all day working on this and trying to remove each and every little seed from each and every tomato. And y'all, I just ain't got time for all that. So I'm comfortable with that. If y'all are not, then you do it however you want to do it. And you can continue on with the rest of the recipe that I am going to show y'all for this fine pizza sauce. We make a lot of homemade pizzas, especially in the winter. I don't do a whole lot of baking, okay, during the summer. It's just too hot, and I reserve that for the fall and winter. Let me tell y'all, when fall and winter hits, ooh, my oven is on, and I am making some of the best breads and cakes and candy. Oh, y'all, wait till Christmas time. I start making my homemade candy. My kids start hitting me up for it about Thanksgiving and making sure that it's happening. Last year was the first year that I did not make Christmas candy at all. We had the flu pretty bad, and I didn't get to make my Christmas candy. I did good to get up off the couch some days. Aiden had it, Paps had it, I had it. We all had a pretty bad case of it, and Christmas candy just didn't get made. So, that core seems to be a little deeper. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's hanging on for dear life. It don't want to let go. Look at that thing. And there's still some of it in here I'm going to have to cut off. Anyway, we're going to get this little job done, this little task done. And we're going to get this ready for the next step. This core is awful on this one. Heavenly days, look at there. So, I will let you all have a break for a minute until I get this mess taken care of. Then we'll bring you back, show y'all the next step. And I think I threw a piece of core in there. I don't know where it went. There it is. We'll bring you back, show you what we got going on next, and how we're going to do all this. Y'all, this is just the first bowl of tomatoes sitting over here that I'm starting on. There's 2 whole other bowls sitting over there. So, let me get my hands rinsed, dried off, and we'll be right back. We finally got those tomatoes peeled and ready. That was a chore, y'all. So now we need 3 cups of onions. So I used a lot of my red onions that I already had pre-chopped in my salsa verde. So I'm going to have to chop one at least. And hopefully it'll be enough. Because y'all, I hate chopping onions. I ain't gonna lie. I hate it with passion. I ain't even gonna lie. So we got all those tomatoes sitting over there. I've got my big stock pot out, ready to go. And I am just going to just give these a rough chop. Because again, my immersion blender is going to be coming out and we are going to be using it. So it's going to take care of a lot of this work for me. A lot. Alright, let me grab my cup, my measuring cup, because I want to be precise, but I don't want to have this open too long and let my steam out, because that is where I'm keeping my jars at. I'll spit it out eventually, good Lord. So there's one. Right there. Need to measure this because I'm going to use the rest of these red onions. I'm just going to pound them on the counter, break them up, so that way I can get a good measurement. Let's move y'all over to the other side so we can see what we've got here, okay? Alright, we got my big stock pot out here. I'm going to put about 1/4 cup of olive oil in the bottom. I've got my eye turned on to medium heat. There is about 1/4 cup right there. And I am going to add my onions. So there, we know that's 1 cup. So let's see, I need 2 more cups of onions. There's 2. I want to add a few extra just because. There's 3. We're good, we're golden. Whoop, whoop. So I will put that other onion up. I may just go ahead and slice it up and put it in with this so that I've got pre-sliced onions ready to go. You may wind up having to turn that down a wee bit. We shall see. And we'll stir these onions around so that they all get coated in the oil. Like that right there. And then I'm going to put about 6 cloves of garlic. I'm using the minced garlic. I want to put about the equivalent of 6 cloves. 1, 2. And I am going to turn that down even further because this is a thin bottom pot. I'm going to add a little more garlic because we like garlic, y'all. And I want to be able to taste it. Alright. I don't want anything to stick. I don't want anything to burn. Again, this is a thin bottom stock pot. So it's coming to temperature really fast. So we're going to heat this up until the onions start to get soft. Should take about 5-7 minutes, something like that. I know some of them are frozen, and that's okay. And I am going to have to go make me a big old cold drink. I have not had my cold drink this morning. Been drinking on coffee. And it's time for a cold drink, y'all. So while that's doing its thing, I'm going to go make me a cold drink, get all the stuff out that I need to put in here next. And so we can be ready for everything, okay? I know, gasp. But so we can be ready and we can just dump everything in and get it going. So let me go get me a cold drink real quick. All right, y'all, this has been cooking up for about 6 minutes or so. Woo! So we are ready to start adding the rest of the stuff. Now again, I am loosely going by this recipe, but I'm making sure that my acidity level is exactly the same as the recipe, okay? I am being safe with that, but I am changing up a couple of things, okay? One being the way I process my tomatoes, and two being the way I am, or a couple of the spices, because I'm not a fan of a spice or two. So, all right, here we go. We're going to add all of our tomatoes. Oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord. Oh, there's that. Let me pick them up because y'all know I done made a mess. Y'all done know I made a mess. Grab my other bowl over here, and there's one caught in the oven door. Oh, I hope this will hold everything. I do. That's a lot. What in the world was that? Y'all, my house is making some weird noises. That's okay. Now I'm gonna cook my tomatoes down, okay? You can puree them if you want to, strain them however you want to do it. I'm gonna cook my tomatoes down, okay? And what I'm doing is I'm just reaching down in there, stirring, 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 like this right here. Bringing the onions and garlic up to mix with the tomatoes. Woo! Now it says on the recipe that you can cook this, okay, like I'm doing, and there's plenty of juice in here, plenty of juice. So now I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of basil, dried basil. Let me find it over here. There it is. There it is. So there is 1. And there is 2. There is not a whole lot left in there, if y'all can see that. So that's going in. That's going in. 1 tablespoon of oregano. Oh my Lord, I love the smell of that stuff. You know what? I could have used my homegrown basil. I may have to use that in the next recipe. Alright, there is 1 of the oregano. And then a tablespoon of thyme. Y'all, I do not like thyme. I do not like rosemary. I am going to use probably a half a tablespoon of thyme in this because I am not a fan. But I want that flavor. I hope I found all the things. All the tomatoes. Oh no. Alright, so we need some fresh black pepper. It calls for 1/2 to 1 tablespoon of black pepper. I am doing my freshly ground black pepper. You can use whatever you have. There we go. So there's that. A tablespoon of sugar or honey. I'm going to use sugar. I'm just going to sprinkle that everywhere. And we're going to put the lid back on here. And 2 tablespoons of salt. I am going to use my sea salt, because that's what I like. So 2 tablespoons of sea salt. If I can get that in there like that. There we go. Oh my gosh, oh. This smells really good already just with the mixes. And then 1 to 2 teaspoons of red pepper flakes. We like the spice. This is a ½ teaspoon measure, so I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna live dangerously. I am. I'm gonna live dangerously. Alright. There's 2 teaspoons of red pepper flakes. Then I'm just going to give this another big stir. Y'all, it's already going down. It's cooking down already. So, yay. That's great. We'll get all of these spices mixed in. Oh my goodness. Oh. I'm getting my arm workout for today, I'm telling y'all. I want to make sure that I didn't miss anything on my ingredient list. I don't think I did, but I just want to make sure I don't see anything that I missed. So yay. Get down in the bottom there. Oh my goodness. And we're going to let this cook down for just a few minutes. Probably about, let's say about 15 minutes. We're going to let this cook down, maybe 20. Let them tomatoes get cooked down just a little bit. And then I'm going to bring my immersion blender out here. And we are going to get this all blended up, all prettied up. All right, there we go. See there? It's already cooking down. I like to do it this way, but y'all do it however you want to. Whatever you're comfortable with. I am not judging anybody, and I expect not to be judged for how I do it. So, there's that. Alright, y'all. I'm going to let this sit here and cook. I'm going to get my immersion blender out. We're going to get ready to mix all this up and get it to simmering real soon. Alright, we've got the immersion blender out. We're using it. I want a smooth sauce. So I'm just going through and making sure that there are no huge chunks. Can y'all see me now? No huge chunks. No, nothing like that. I've just about got it down to where I want it so that we can start cooking this down. We're going to let it cook down and reduce by 1/4 to 1/3. And that usually takes about an hour, maybe 2, depending on everything. With the way that I did my tomatoes, it's probably going to take about 2. So I'm going to get this finished, and then I'm going to set my timer for 2 hours, and we're just going to let this sit here and simmer and cook and do its thing and reduce down, and then we'll be ready to jar this stuff up. Y'all, I got that all blended up. It looks watery, but it's going to sit here. It's going to simmer. It's going to cook down. It's going to be good. I'm fixing to taste test it. Make sure that my spices are up to par, that we are going to be happy with the taste of it. I mean, I can always add some more spice if I need to, but I want it to all cook together. Be good, be good, be good. So let me grab me a spoon. We're going to try this, see what we think about it. And before it gets really hot, Ooh, I can taste the red pepper flakes. Yeah. Yes. Yes. It needs a little more salt. What I do with my salt, it needs a little more salt. I'm not going to put a whole lot more in there, but I am going to put some. Another teaspoon and a half. That's a big pot, okay? If y'all cannot see this, I'll show you the big pot here in a minute. And a little bit more sugar. Ugh. To kind of even out the tomato. I'm going to add another tablespoon of sugar. And just a tiny bit more garlic. I'll have to refill my garlic tub. Just a tiny bit. And again, this does not affect the acidity, okay, that makes this a safe dish to can. It does not. What affects your acidity is what we're going to put in the jars when this is done. If you don't follow that, then it's not safe. Changing up the recipe and adding more of your favorite spices, making it taste the way you want it to taste, does not affect the safety of your product. And I know I said I don't, y'all, that ain't even open. I said I don't like thyme, but I'm adding a little bit more. Just a tiny bit. Alright, we're going to stir this around. Y'all see how big that spoon is? It's going to get lost in there. Alright. It smells so good. And it's going to thicken up. It's going to thicken up. The longer it sits here and simmers, does its thing, it'll thicken up. I promise it will. It's already starting to get a little thicker, and I love that. I absolutely love that. And I'm gonna grab this spoon. Don't worry, I'm not gonna stick it back down in there, okay? I am not. I'm gonna put some on there. Oh, there we go. That's it. Right there. Right there. Oh my gosh. That's what it needed. But right there at the end, those red pepper flakes just give it a burst of flavor, a real kick right there at the end as it goes, you know, past your throat. Woo, that's good. Y'all, that's good. That is good. Alright, I'm gonna set my timer. We'll do it. I think I have to do it for an hour at a time, I think. So we'll do that. And I'm just gonna stir it about every 15 minutes or so. Oh, we got help in the kitchen. And so now I'm gonna go fix Aiden and I some lunch. And we're going to kick back and relax for a little bit and check on this every few minutes. Stir it because, again, this is a thin bottom pan or pot, and I don't want anything to burn. Tomatoes will burn easily if you don't already know that. So anyway, all right. I'm also checking to make sure I got everything blended up good. I think I did. All right, we're going to go have lunch. We're going to let this sit here. We'll see you back here in just a few minutes. Y'all, look at how it's already cooking down. Can you see the line? This is where it was, okay? And that's where it's cooked down so far. It's getting thick. It smells amazing in here. And I am super excited. It's getting really thick. We've got about 30 minutes left for this to cook down, and I may let it cook down a little more. If it's not at the consistency that I want it to be, then I'll just let it sit here and cook down some more. Let it get thicker. And you know what? I am seriously thinking about not only making this pizza sauce, but making some spaghetti sauce with this as well, because it has a really good taste to it. It would be really good with pasta. I'm just saying, I wouldn't be mad about that. I just wouldn't. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how much we've got, and what we want to do when it comes time to jar it up. All right, y'all. It's going to sit there for 30 more minutes, maybe more. All right, y'all. I decided I am going to let this go at least another 30 minutes. Y'all can see how much it's cooked down and how thick it's getting. But I'm going to let it go for about 30 more minutes. Let it cook down a little more. Let it thicken up a little more. And then we will recheck it, and I will make my decision on it at that point. We're getting there. We're getting there. It's just a process. Just a process. And y'all, I keep taste testing it, and it just gets better and better the longer it sits there and cooks. So, oh my gosh, this is so good. All right, y'all. Take two. Y'all are wondering why my jars are all sitting here dirty. It's because I had to dump everything that I had just filled back into the pot because I forgot the most important ingredient, citric acid. If you don't have this, you can use lemon juice. Okay? So for these little ones right here, excuse me, sir, I need 1/8 of a teaspoon of citric acid in each jar.
Why does the name citric acid sound familiar to me?
I have no idea. Why is it?
His Pops is always talking about it.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, and then I hear him talking about it.
Okay. So there is for the half pints. For the pints, you need 1/4 teaspoon of citric acid. Very important. Your canning project is not safe unless you are using this or lemon juice. Okay? So we're going to set that off to the side. Now, if you're using lemon juice, you want a tablespoon for the pints or a 1/2 tablespoon for the half pints. Okay? So there's that. Now I'm going to work on getting these filled back up. Ooh, I can't believe I almost made that boo-boo, but I did. So let's get these filled back up. Y'all will not see the boo-boo, the ones where we filled these up initially. Y'all won't see that. But
Nothing fell apart again.
I know this is a little bit runny, but I think it's perfect. It's seasoned sauce. I can thicken it up and make anything I want to out of it. I can use it for pizza sauce. I can use it for spaghetti sauce. I can use it for seasoned tomatoes in soups and things of that nature. I can use this for anything. So for me, this is perfect. Absolutely perfect. Like I said, I can thicken it up whenever I go decide what I'm going to use it, what recipe I'm going to use it with, okay? So therefore, this is perfect. And while it was sitting there doing its thing in the pot, I was looking up recipes and stuff to see what all I could use this with. And now I'm starving and needing to make some of that delicious stuff. Telling you what, this smells so good. It tastes amazing. It has got that little kick there at the end with the red pepper flakes, just enough to let you know that they're there. And the smell, my house smells like, I don't even know, it just smells so good. With the oregano and the basil and the garlic and the onions and just all the things. It smells so good. So, since the processing time is the same for pints and half pints, I'm going to be putting both of these into my electric canner. I have some quart jars down here that I'm going to be using to finish this off, and I am going to dig out my big water bath canner, and y'all say a prayer that it does not break my stove, because I would have to cry, but I don't have a choice because my electric canner doesn't do it doesn't water bath quarts. So I can pressure can quarts in it, but I can't water bath quarts. So boo-hoo, I'm going to have to dig out the big one. That's okay. We can do that. I just kind of leery of doing that on my stovetop. But it's okay. It's okay. I've not shown you guys how to use that on the stovetop, so we can do that. If y'all want to stick around and watch that, y'all are more than welcome to. I would actually appreciate it because it really helps the channel when you watch the video the entire way through, and when you like and comment on the video. That helps us too, don't it, buddy?
Yeah.
And if y'all are enjoying seeing these videos with me and little man, then please like, share, and comment. And be sure to subscribe too.
And I am hungry for pizza now.
You're hungry for pizza now?
Yeah, all because I thought of pizza and now I'm hungry for pizza.
Interesting. Interesting. Now we're going to take our napkin and we're really going to go around this rim good because I did have to pour this out. Okay? Like that right there. Since this is so liquidy, there's no need for me to debubble. I'm not doing it. I'm going to rinse this lid off. I already had it on one of the jars. I'm just going to put it under hot water again. Like that right there. Make sure there are no hidden little pieces on it. Alright. Finger tight. Finger tight. That's going on over into the canner. We're going to do this. Ow. It's hot. Alright. Let me check and make sure. Oh. Yep. We're good to go. That is really hot. Finger tight. So I hope y'all have enjoyed this video. We've enjoyed making this sauce. And we look forward to eating this sauce because it's really good. And actually, if I have any left, I've got some hamburger meat laid out in the fridge. And if we have any left, I may just make spaghetti for supper tonight and try this. I'm not promising anything because I don't know if we'll have any left or not. Let me grab my towel over here. There we go. I just don't know yet. I'm going to throw this up over my shoulder. Y'all, I kind of feel like Bob Ross. This was a happy little accident. Happy little trees. Some of you may not even know who I'm talking about, but I feel like this was a happy little accident. I'm happy with it. I think it's really good. So that's what matters, is that you and your family will eat what you put up. You make it with your family in mind. That's what matters. We're going to see. This one may be... No, it's good. Woohoo. Woohoo. Because if your family's not going to eat it, then you're wasting your time, your energy, your money, and all the things putting something up in your pantry that they're not going to eat. Are y'all serious? Did y'all see that? Telling you what. Telling you what. Alright, I got room for one more. It's not going to be that one. Did y'all see that fly just dive bomb in there and commit suicide? Unalived himself? Y'all, I can't make this up. Okay? This happens on a regular basis at my house. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen to me, and it's going to happen either live or on video. So now, I cannot believe that just happened. It dive bombed in there. Now, I could have just went on and just not said anything if y'all didn't see that. I could have just went on, act like nothing happened, and y'all would have never known. But as sure as I did that, somebody would have been like, did you see that fly? Did you see it? Alright. We're going to dig Mr. Fly out of here. We're going to throw this one away. There he is. We're going to throw all the contents of that jar away. And we're going to rewash, re-sanitize the jar. Oh my Lord, y'all. Telling y'all. Okay, regaining my composure. Alright, we've got a canner full over here. I'm going to get the carry canner going. We'll add my water. This has got to process for my altitude. This has to process for, let me make sure I'm telling you right on this, 35 minutes for my altitude. Now, if you are above sea level, check your altitude, okay? Always check your altitude. Make sure that you are processing for the right time, for the right altitude, okay? So I'm going to get my water into my canner before anything else goes wrong. Then I'm going to get my big canner out and start getting these quarts filled up. So we'll be back. All right, y'all. I decided to do 5 pints, 4 of the wide mouth, and then when this finishes off my pints, okay, until I can get in there and dig some more out, which I don't think I've got any more. Fingers crossed I do, because there's other things coming up. But I'm just going to finish off my pints. We're going to do this, okay? Hopefully we don't have any more visitors flying around in my stuff. I have got my citric acid in there, 1/4 teaspoon citric acid. You can use that or lemon juice again. I'm using the citric. And 1/2 inch headspace, same as the others. Get a little bit more. There we go. There we go. I still need a little bit more. I already had these out. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to use them. I'm going to use them. That way I can get them taken care of. I did wash and sanitize the regular mouth jar again. So don't have a panic attack on that one, because it is taken care of. And I think I'm fitting more. I really don't want to put this in quarts. If y'all can't tell, I really don't want to get that big water bath canner out. I really, really, really don't. Really don't. Because I am scared that that is going to break my stove. And we can't afford another stove right now, y'all. It just ain't gonna happen like that. So, I'm trying to avoid that. And I'm even thinking about putting the lid on this, letting it cool off completely, and then putting it in the freezer. That is an option that I can do. If you don't have enough jars, you can put this in the freezer and freeze it. It freezes. It freezes beautifully. And I am not opposed to freezing. I have a little bit of room left in my freezer. So, there's that. I am looking forward to apple time this year, and it's getting close. Apple season will be here before we know it. We have an apple farm that we like to go up to, and they have the best food and baked goods, everything apple and then some. And they just have the best apples ever. And we love to go up there and support local. Always support local. Always. Always. That means a lot. Support the little mom and pop places, because too many of them are going away and they're not coming back, folks. And I would rather go support them than I would the big box stores any day of the week. More than likely you're going to get a better value there too. Just saying. Just saying. Let's see where we're at with that one. Oh yes, we are there. Alright. As always, wipe your lids. That did not sound good, and that came out of his room. There is no telling what that child is in there doing. I always have to check and make sure I've only got one lid there, because I have a habit of pulling two. And why do I always have trouble with these wide mouth? I always have to put them on backwards and then try it again. There we go. Yes, I can stick my fingers down in that water. I'm not too good for that. And I forgot to put the, oh shoot, the vinegar in. Oh, a little tight. The vinegar in the canner. So, yay me. It's been a long day, y'all. I've been up since 4:30 this morning, and I'm tired. Alright, y'all, we got 16, I think, jars in total. We got 4 of the half pints, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 pints of the pizza slash spaghetti sauce slash Italian soup base, whatever I decide to use it for. It is beautiful. This batch is still hot. I was able to find some more pint jars, so woohoo. You can tell which ones I remembered to put the vinegar in the canner with the jars and which ones that didn't happen with. Not pointing anything out or anything, but you know. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. That's out of a half bushel of tomatoes. I'm quite happy with that. I think I accomplished a lot today. Roman tomatoes are not getting done today, but we'll do those tomorrow. Alright, y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for being here. Be blessed, everybody. And have a great evening or day or morning or whatever it may be when you're watching this. Much love to you all. Bye, everybody.